door, Gloria. Gloria, open up the door.
That dog, go home.
Come on. Come on, baby. I got something for you. I got something. Just come on, open up the door.
No, please, just
Please,
go
baby.
home.
Please, baby. Please, open up the door.
I don't want nothing you got.
Come on. Open up the door. Open up the door. Open the door! What's wrong with you? I got some flowers. Got flowers.
I don't want what you got. I don't want whatever it is you got.
Take the goddamn flowers.
No. I ain't gonna marry you.
It's my leg, right? Go on, say it. Go on, say it. Go on, say it. It's my leg. Say it. It's my leg. Say it. Go on, say it. It's my leg.
It ain't got nothing
It's
to
my leg.
do.
Just
It ain't
say
got
it.
nothing to do
You
with your leg,
say
okay?
it. It's my leg.
I told you it ain't got nothing to do with your leg.
I man up for you.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
No! Stop it! Stop it! Leave me alone!
I saw you pull up in that car.
It's my boss.
I thought your boss was a woman.
She is.
God, and who's the dude? In the front seat. You think I'm crazy, don't you? Huh? You think I'm crazy?
Where's your medication?
Is that my mama?
Did I ever tell you how I met my husband? His name was Tucson. I was 8 years old. The library was right down from the trolley tracks, right across from the laundromat, through the big shining doors and big pillars that old St. Louis was famous for. I found Tucson. I knew I wasn't supposed to, but I ran into the adult reading room and came across Tucson, my first black man.
You gonna be a whore all your life?
Oh, Willie Brown, you went to kiss to see you acting a fool. Come on. Come on with Mama. Sit by Mama. Right here. Come on, baby.
I just want to hold him. Don't want to cause you any trouble. I just want to marry you and give you things. Come here, Kenya.
I want to go to Daddy. Daddy, be nice to Mommy, 'cause you have to be nice. And Mommy loves you.
Mommy's sick, baby. You see, Crystal, I can be a good father. Now, let me see my son. Come here, Kwame. You still fine. Strong. Didn't you get right back up? That time we had that little fight, you went right back to work?
You gotta get help, Bo.
You gonna marry me?
Damn it, Bo, no. I'm not gonna marry you. My babies can't keep seeing their mama like this.
Your kids. So what you trying to say? That they ain't mine? Oh, you just a damn whore. Is that your man down there in that car? Are these his kids?
Motherfucker. Give me my kids! Bo!
Get off!
Where the hell is she?
Oh, Willie.
Get off!
Bo, Willie!
Get off! How you gonna do this to me?
Help her! Help her! Help! Help her! Help! Help! Here I come! Help her! Help her! Help her! Help her! Help her! Help us, somebody! Don't just stand there!
You don't marry me, bitch! Answer me!
I don't know why I keep doing this. I know when things are good, that when they're good, they're good, right? I'm sorry, Lisa. I love you so much, and I can't. I'm gonna go to counseling. Just don't leave me. Okay? I'm gonna get help. Just. Everybody I love leaves me, you know.
I can't do this anymore.
I just said I was sorry.
That's not enough.
You want to leave me? Do you want to leave me? Okay. That's the only way you're going to leave me. What? Say it louder. Say it louder. But you love me. But you love me again.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
news. A neighbor and a family member frantically call for help as they watch a southern Indiana man beat his wife to death with a 25-pound rock. Tonight, they describe what the attack looked like from their perspective as it happened. Steve Tellier is live at the Clark County Courthouse where the suspect in the murder remains behind bars tonight. Steve?
Joseph Roach is scheduled to make his second court appearance here tomorrow. Tonight, he is still being held behind bars without bond. Police say he is guilty of brutally murdering his wife yesterday morning as a neighbor looked on.
Sheriff's Office 911, what's the emergency?
Hey, this guy's been ready to smash this girl's face in with a... Oh, my God, he threw a brick in her face.
That's how one 911 call begins, as a neighbor describes the brutal beating that 44-year-old Joseph Roach is accused of committing against his own wife, Brenda.
He just smashed her twice with a brick.
Okay, who is this?
This is a neighbor.
That neighbor was Stephen Duncan, who says he was just across the street from this home on Orchard Street in Memphis as the attack unfolded outside. Police say Roach beat his wife to death with a 25-pound rock.
He's beating her.
Okay, is she conscious, or does she need an ambulance?
God. Woman, I'm fixed to go across the street. Can you please send the cop to 802 Orchard Street? Please. This guy just took a brick to this woman's head 3 times.
Duncan says he tried to intervene, but that Roach then attacked him. The next 911 caller, who described herself as a relative, claimed Roach tried to attack her as well.
I'm trying to get to my daughter, but the guy won't let me get to my daughter and my grandbaby, and I think he's already killed the biological mother.
Killed her?
Killed her, yes. He said that he already killed Brenda in the house. He said he's already killed her.
As police approach the scene, the caller tells the dispatcher that officers need to be looking for Joe Roach.
Tell the cops to be watching for her. He's got blood all over the side of his face.
Police say when they got to the scene, Roach had blood on his arms and head and told an officer, quote, "I'm the man you're looking for."
Okay, he's got him.
He got Joe?
Yeah.
There's also another interesting detail contained in those 911 tapes that we didn't learn until just a few hours ago. That last caller that you heard, the woman, can at one point be heard shouting that there were officers caught behind a train. Now, police officers admit that their response was delayed by a precious few minutes because of a train that was crossing railroad tracks near the scene of that crime. You can listen to the 911 tapes in their entirety on our website, WLKY.com. For now, live at the Clark County Courthouse, I'm Steve Tellier, WLKY News.
Pretty graphic stuff. Thanks, Steve. Now, police say that Roach and his wife had a history of domestic violence, including 4 calls that officers responded to just last year. Roach was arrested for murder, domestic battery, and several other charges. He's
Standing emergency.
My mommy and Daddy are having a fight.
Is she getting hurt?
I'm talking to the police, Mommy. Stop it! Stop it! Baby! Stop it! Could you just send the police, please?
Okay, we're going to be there. What's going on?
They're having a fight because this has been going on forever and ever.
How's he hurting her?
He made some red marks on Mom.
Where did he make the red marks on?
Her neck. Oh my God!
What's the matter? Is your Hello?
Violence happens in the Midlands. About 98% of the time, it's a man hurting a woman. That's according to the South Carolina Association Against Domestic Violence. Dale Wells is a rare case. 2.5 years ago, Dale says he almost died. Tonight, he tells Susan Elizabeth Littlefield how it happened.
I walked out my front door, walked down my 3 steps, and I heard Dale in a very distinct New York accent, and I knew it was Denise. And I turned to the right, and I'm looking down the barrel of a .357 Magnum. She said, "If I can't have you, no one can." The first bullet hit me dead in the center of the chest. second one went through and shattered this arm in 2 places. I fell to my stomach. She walked up on me and shot me twice in the back. She then laid the barrel of the gun on the bridge of my neck, pulled the trigger, went through, came out here.
That is how their love story ended. This is how it began 3 years before. Dale Wells was the manager of this Waffle House. Denise, a grad student looking for part-time work. Wells hired her.
Click is an understatement. When I saw her and talked to her, it was magical. And I immediately knew that she is who I wanted to be with.
They moved into this home together, first as roommates, but soon they became lovers. Then comes the part of the story no one else knew.
I guess there was always signs of aggressions, not towards me at first.
First, it was anger, he says, then control.
She would come to my job, sit on my job from the time I got there till the time I got off. At first, people thought that was cute. Oh, she really loves you. You know, she wants to be with you all the time. You know, and at first I was like, yeah, that's really cute. But then it got weird.
Wells says his girlfriend never hit him. She took out her anger on the things around him.
Second year we were together, I purchased a pug. Chubbs was his name, my favorite pug. He was just awesome.
One day, he says, Denise didn't want him to go to work. She asked him to spend the day with her. If not, she would kill his dog.
But it was enough for me that I called and said I'm going to be a little late to work. And I took Chubbs to a gentleman who had 3 other pugs. And I explained the situation to him. And that day, I'll never forget, he sat there and he looked at me and he said, are you sure you want to get rid of Chubbs? Maybe you should get rid of your girlfriend. Hindsight, I wish I would have made that decision.
Wells broke up with Denise. She moved back to New York. 2 months later, she came back, surprising Wells on his birthday.
She said, I came here to kill you on your birthday and to kill myself. And I said, stop playing. Why are you saying that?
Wells says she'd been living outside of Greenville, beside a shooting range, learning the ins and outs of a .357 Magnum. But she didn't pull the trigger. Not this time. The two lost touch, didn't speak until months later, in June.
About 6:15, I received a phone call. We talked for about 20 minutes. Cordial conversation about the weather, golf game. Just cordial, pleasant conversation.
Wells says the phone went dead. He walked out his front door to take out the trash. Denise was standing by the steps. Police say this gun was in her hand.
She said, do you remember what I said I was going to do to you? I said, Denise, don't shoot me.
This time, police say she did. 5 times.
A gentleman was running up the street screaming, stop shooting, you're hurting him. He grabbed my hand, blood was shooting out of my mouth like a water faucet. I said, what is she doing? What is she doing? Is she reloading? He said, brother, you don't have to worry about her. She's laying dead at your feet.
Denise killed herself after she thought she'd killed her ex.
I got the notification and said that we actually had a murder-suicide.
High-ranking at Columbia Police Department, Captain Thomas Dodson didn't always go out on scenes, but he got a call that this one was big.
When I got there, to my surprise, he survived and was being transported actually by the time I arrived. And she was there dead at the scene.
An open and closed case, Dodson says, the worst case of its kind he's ever seen.
As far as female versus male, it would rank at the top of the scale.
2 months in the hospital, Dale Wells only has 1 lung. 2 bullets are still inside of him. Another he wears as a necklace. Wells still has trouble breathing and walking, has yet to return to work. He spends his days giving speeches, trying to stop domestic violence and break stereotypes.
You can't handle your woman? What's up with you? We're too embarrassed to call the police and say, I just got hit, slapped by my wife.
Pride is what he says silenced him for too long.
I was blessed. Through God's grace, I'm still here, able to tell my story, wearing my bullet. wearing my scars.
And so ends the story of a love lost and a purpose found.
What makes Dale Wells' case so rare, experts say, is that if a man is abused by a woman, in most cases it's a case of retaliation. Local advocates call Wells a true victim. Dale Wells has been traveling the state for the past few years since this happened, working with other survivors of domestic violence. And one of those survivors he fell in love with. Dale Wells has been married for 1 year. He says he wants people to know that there can be love after abuse.
I met Darren in a bar about 8 months ago. It was really weird that he was so comfortable with being gay, with his sexuality. It was really admirable. And then we soon became a couple, and that was nice. It was really nice, you know. Apart from him being a secret from my family and friends, then something changed, and he started putting pressure on me to come out, and I couldn't, and then he started to get pretty violent. He was really violent and nasty, and he'd push me and hit me, and I'd go home and I'd have cuts and bruises, and I wouldn't be able to explain them, and then he started saying that he was going to tell my family and friends that I was gay and that I had HIV, and I didn't really know what to do. I couldn't tell anyone, because then I'd have to tell them I was gay, and I didn't think it was abuse, because we're both blokes, and surely I should be able to fight him off if he's hitting me, but it was just so intense, and I thought that maybe I deserved it for being gay, and I was so alone. There was no one to talk to.
I need your help. I've been in a relationship with a woman for the last couple of years. She was so wonderful to me. She was everything that the guy wasn't. I mean, one night we just kissed, and it just sprung into this incredible love affair after that. But then slowly things just started to change, and little by little we just stopped having as much fun. I mean, she was always criticizing what I was doing, how I was dressed. You're not wearing that, are you? Are you hanging out with her again? She even once said to me if I ever left her, she would kill me. She'd already been hitting me. Started just with a few smacks across the face whenever she got mad. She'd always apologize afterwards and we'd make up and everything was fine. But then the last few months it's really been bad. I gotta get out of this. I can't do this anymore. I know that she's gonna do something really bad. I could just feel it. I mean, every single day I don't even sleep at night. It's like walking on eggshells everywhere I go, and I can't keep doing this. I need your help. I need somebody's help. I really need to get out of this relationship right now. I need to vanish. I need to get out of here. I need to.